wondering how you get science and health scholars to create theater, we start with a simple prompt asking students to answer the question, where are you from?
I'm from the city with the heat. Have you standing on your feet? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? I'm from the city with the heat. Have you standing on your feet? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? I am from back flipping, bucket drum playing, and juke dancing on Bill Street.
From Greensboro, North Carolina streets, a blend so fine, country roads meet city lines.
I am from the countdown city, San Antonio, Texas, the 210.
The 954, Broward County.
Baltimore, Maryland.
A small town called Forest City, North Carolina, where it feels like everybody is related.
The birthplace of icons like T.I., Outkast, Gucci Mane, and Jeezy.
I'm from the city with the heat. Have you standing on your feet? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? I'm from the city with the heat. Have you standing on your feet? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from?
I'm from Granny and her cousin sitting around the pit smoking chicken and fussing at them kids running in and out the house.
My siblings and I spent endless hours playing outside till the street lights flickered on, signaling it was time to come in.
I am from fresh, tight braids and tender scalps.
Do-bro grease, hot combs, and my mama styling a ponytail that always fell right in the middle of my face. I hated that ponytail. I am from a time when that ponytail irked my nerves so bad, I tiptoed into my mama's room, took a pair of scissors, and chopped that ponytail from in front of my face.
I'm from babies fresh out the bath, smothered in cocoa butter and Johnson's baby powder.
I'm from the city with the heat. Have you standing on your feet? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? I'm from the city with the heat. Have you standing on your feet? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? I am from spicy crawfish in the summer, gumbo in the winter. The aroma of fried chicken, collard greens, rich with ham hocks, and a spoonful of mac and cheese. Caramel cake.
My grandmother's sweet potato pie and hot beignets sprinkled with powdered sugar.
Lemon pepper, hot, extra crispy wings.
Good chitlins from the Orange Mound Grill.
Crab dip, crab fries.
Conch fritters fried to perfection. Fresh mangoes off of my great-grandfather's tree. I'm from the city with the heat. Have you standing on your feet? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? I'm from the city with the heat. Have you standing on your feet? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? I am from hot sun creating Texas summers, 100 degrees, with the rhythms of suavemente, besame, mingle with the words too, before I let go. A 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home where me and my sisters shared rooms. Filled with pink strawberry shortcake stickers all over the walls and bunk beds that my brothers and I would always get fussed at for jumping off of.
Where family gatherings garnered lots of laughter and where Uno games got real serious.
I'm from the city with the heat. Have you standing on your feet? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? I'm from the city with the heat. Have you standing on your feet? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? We are from Baltimore, Fort Lauderdale,
Memphis, San Antonio,
New Orleans, Burlington, Rock Hill,
Forest City, and Atlanta.
Where you from?
So often, public health students of color learn about the social determinants of health and the many, many factors that drive health disparities. It is more rare that those students have an opportunity to pause and reflect on how these disparities have a personal impact on their lives, families, and communities. Next, you will hear our student responses to prompts about health issues in their hometowns and how they led them to choose public health as a profession.
Rock-a-bye, baby, safe in mother's arms. I'll keep you close away from harm. Sweet little girl, you grow to be strong. Never forget that you do belong. Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will stop. 'Cause one day you're a kid,
And the next day you're not. In my hometown, Burlington, North Carolina, it's impossible to overlook the intertwining issues of racism and mental health. Growing up, I remember instances where me and my peers were held to different standards than our white counterparts. See, these experiences fostered a sense of inadequacy that was hard to shake off. Many of us internalized these biases, leading to struggles that often went unrecognized and untreated. It's alarming to see that this cycle still continues today. In our community, it's crucial for us to recognize and address these mental health challenges, especially in predominantly white spaces. We need spaces where Black women can feel valued and confident, that affirm their worth and have them navigate their unique experiences. See, if we create spaces for support and dialogue, we can continue to break this cycle and help promote healthier attitudes amongst young Black women in Burlington and beyond.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Mom's gonna buy you a mockingbird. And if that mockingbird don't sing, Papa's gonna buy you a diamond ring. Papa likes to get all expensive things to avoid addressing everything.
I saw and heard a lot while working at a Baltimore elementary school. One story that stuck with me was of these two girls. They left before I came, so I never knew them during my time there, but one day I was told they'd be returning to the school. And then I was told their story. These girls were dropped off at school one morning by their father. After the drop-off, the father returned home. And as he was sitting in his car in front of his home, he was murdered and never even made it out of the vehicle. They had to go live with a relative since their father was taken from them. As a teacher, I would rarely cry for my kids in the present because they were too young to grasp what was going on fully. It was their future selves I would cry for, because one day they would be fully aware of the cards life dealt them. I was and am scared for their mental health. I sit here with no statistics or news stories as extra evidence. I am all too familiar because I've heard personal stories. I've witnessed trauma. And I've lived it.
Open your book, back to school supplies you got. Mom and dad's emotions, whether you like it or not. They need a scapegoat to be okay themselves. You'll deal with a lot all before 12. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Papa's gonna buy you a mockingbird. And if that mockingbird don't sing, Papa's gonna buy you a diamond ring. Papa likes to get all these expensive things to avoid addressing everything.
Growing up in San Antonio, Texas, I witnessed firsthand how Black girls and women carry emotional burdens that often go unseen. In high school, many of us arrived at school already exhausted, weighed down by responsibilities beyond our years, taking care of siblings, working part-time jobs, and navigating complex family struggles. There was no space for extracurriculars, no outlet for stress. While it offered academic advantages, it also came with a rigid structure that left little room to breathe. We learned to suppress our struggles, to push through without complaint, because that's what survival looked like. If we want real change, we need more than just programs. We need community-driven solutions, representation in mental health spaces, and a shift in the way we talk about mental well-being. Black girls and women in San Antonio deserve more than just survival. They deserve spaces to heal, to be heard, and to exist without carrying the world on their shoulders.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, don't you know how beautiful you are? Up above this world so high, they made it hard for you to fly. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, what if you embraced who you truly are?
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 2025 Junior Miss Tennessee Egg and Poultry Pageant. We are down to our last four finalists from the 95 counties in Tennessee, and these talented young people are competing for $10,000 in scholarships, along with 3 months of free eggs. Yes, I know. We used to do a lifetime supply of eggs, but it's just not possible under this administration. First up, Miss
salt, pepper, and a dash of garlic for flavors that are fantastic and historic. G. Gently cook scrambled eggs on low heat with butter for creaminess, making them soft and sweet. Other G. Grease your pan with oil or bacon fat for fried eggs with crispy edges, just like that. And simply S. Simple boiled eggs, easy to make, a sprinkle of salt or paprika for a tasty break.
Thank you, Miss Sylvie County. Next up is Miss Rutherford County.
The best way to prepare eggs, over easy, turkey bacon or sausage on the side. I cook my eggs with a little salt, pepper, and smoked paprika and olive oil in a nonstick pan. Unpopular opinion, but the worst way to prepare your eggs are scrambled. Scrambled eggs have the tendency to taste like the chicken that they came from.
This year we have a pair of dueling sisters as finalists. Please meet Miss Davidson County and Miss Sumner County.
I like my eggs the way I like my decisions. Clean, simple, and with no unnecessary baggage. Which is why I like to stick with egg whites. I never understood people who like their eggs all runny. Like watching that golden goose spill all over the plate like some kind of breakfast crime scene. I mean, y'all are really out here chasing the thrill of a half-cooked egg like it's a delicacy. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to start my day without questioning my life choices. But hey, to each their own. Just don't expect me to dip my toast in that mess. Unlike rule followers, I dare to be different and live life with a little thrill. That's the same way I like my eggs. No, I ain't going overboard by eating runny eggs, but a sprinkle of garlic and pepper is all I need to kickstart my day. My eggs give me an extra little spice and fuels me to make bold decisions. Sorry. I believe that the way we like our food says a lot about who we are. And if you take a peek into my soul, you'll find it bursting with flavor, spice, and adventure. Now, it's not just about eating food, no. It's about living life and enjoying every little moment so it can give you an extra little kick. The same way I like my eggs. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, contestants. Audience, please stay tuned for our egg-inspired evening wear competition and Detroit style egg-themed hair battle coming up next. Thank you.
Bias. Everyone has their own. They're not inherently bad. Our biases connect us to our history and culture. They can keep us safe. They are mapped onto us by the context in which we live and the ways we are allowed to show up in the world. They can also narrow our focus and limit our understanding. And if not properly examined, they can create irreparable harm in our professional lives. It is important for health professionals to be able to empathize and understand multiple perspectives. Like actors, they can't judge the characters in front of them because it limits their performance. We ask students to research and creatively present health narratives told from 2 or more perspectives. Here, we present multiple perspectives, HIV and gun violence.
I loved with a trust so deep.
And my path took turns that I could not foresee.
Betrayal found me where I often lay.
Mine came quietly in an uncommon way. A touch, a superficial promise. I thought we'd stay whole.
A hidden needle, a fate beyond my control.
His secrets so wounding, unseen and sly.
My truth was silent, no whisper, no cry.
I carry his choice. This weight I bear.
Mine came from nowhere, life's random snare.
They say the South holds heavy things.
Yet here I stand, a soul that sings.
In church pews, I bow my head, ashamed.
And I lift mine up, unfearful, unnamed.
Each pill I take, I find my strength.
Each day I breathe, I grow at length.
I'm more than sorrow. I'm more than loss.
A life renewed, no matter the cost.
Together we walk, separate scars unseen.
Yet bound by truth, a soul washed clean. Though we came by different ways, we rise, lives defiant, 'neath southern skies. No mother should end the violence. End the
Public
violence.
safety, legislation.
Reducing the violence. Working together.
End the violence.
Public safety is the priority for everyone here in Bexar County, including law enforcement personnel, the judiciary, and all our residents. Reducing
child.
the violence.
No one should. Not my child.
Don't
No one
shoot.
should. It's hard because I return home on a daily basis. To me, what was a crime scene. Not
End
my child.
the
No
violence.
one should.
End the violence.
Public safety.
As a mother, I regret the fact that I was not driving because I would have taken all of those bullets for my baby to still be here. End
Public
the
safety,
violence.
legislation. We can public safety.
The violence.
Over the last 8 years, we don't just want words, we want our lawmakers to actually take action through legislation.
Working together.
Don't shoot.
Not my child. No one should. Not.
Don't shoot.
She wasn't in a game. She was home from college on a break.
Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. End the violence. No mother should have to bury her child. End the
We
violence.
can public safety,
End the violence.
legislation.
Don't shoot.
The violence.
Don't shoot.
Working
Bury
together.
your child.
Our judiciary and law enforcement are committed to addressing our challenges, and most importantly, reducing the violence we are currently experiencing in our community.
You are a coward.
Working together, we need to come up with approaches to this complicated issue.
Not my child. No one should. Not my child.
Don't shoot.
No one should.
Don't shoot.
Not my child.
Don't shoot. I just think he was in the wrong place. Don't shoot.
Public safety, legislation. We can public safety, legislation. Over the last 8 years, Governor Abbott and Texas Republicans have flooded our streets with guns and weakened public safety laws. Weakened public safety.
Together,
No one should. Not my child. No one should. 3 of us have had to bury our children within the past 2 months.
End the violence. End this violence. We have to find a way to end this violence. We have to find a way to end this violence.
Empathy and self-reflection are 2 essential skills for professionals working in public health and medicine. They must be able to understand an individual's perspective and respect their feelings in order to provide exquisite care. To practice these skills, our writers were asked to reflect on their teen years with empathy and consider what wisdom or encouragement they may offer from the present moment. We close our performance tonight with letters written to their younger selves and a little advice to future public health students. Dear Lauren, dear Anthony, dear Tia and Tia, dear Kayla Vera, dear Kazuri, dear Aaliyah, dear Octavia, dear Courtney, dear Montasia, dear Mo.
Girl, it is ghetto out here. You know how being an adult seemed fun at first? Well, let me be the first to tell you, it's not. Every time I look up, it's some bill or other responsibility I don't remember asking for. So don't take this time for granted. Live in the moment and enjoy being young while you can, but don't let me scare you, because life isn't all that bad. Your girl is doing everything that we thought we would, and even then some. I won't say it's been easy. Actually, it's been far from easy. We've definitely had some struggles, and oh, let me be the first to tell you, that football player that you think you're in love with, girl, he ain't the one.
Remember, all paths aren't linear. Some come with twists and turns, and most of the time, you can't see what's ahead until you get there. So keep trusting God, and He will lead and guide you. There will be moments when it feels like everything is falling apart, like the world is swallowing you whole. But, my love, life is not breaking you, it is shaping you. Every loss, every tear, every long night is leading you somewhere beautiful. Life is not falling apart, it is falling together.
Some things turned out harder than you imagined. There were moments when the weight of it all made you question yourself. You had times where things didn't go as planned and you had to pivot. But that moment built your resilience. You learned that growth often happens in the discomfort, and you've grown into someone stronger and more determined than you ever thought possible.
We have broken almost every generational curse in our family. It wasn't easy, but we know God gives His toughest battles to His strongest soldiers. We are doing it. Through everything, we made it, and we are still making it. I'm so proud of you for never giving up. You kept grinding, kept your head up, and never let the weight of the world break you. You are stronger, wiser, and more locked in than ever. So keep going. Do not second guess yourself. The road ahead is not easy, but if anyone can walk it, it's you.
So here's our advice. Keep believing in yourself. Don't shrink to fit into spaces and people that weren't made for you. Create your own. Trying to fit in with the crowd is a recipe for disaster.
Keep chasing your dreams with the same vigor and determination that got us this far. Keep trusting. Keep pressing, keep believing. There is still more ahead of you. More dreams, more miracles, more testimonies that you haven't even glimpsed yet.
Life won't be easy, and with growth, there's pain, there's loss, but there's also wisdom and love. I want you to know the good times will outweigh the bad, and that there is light at the end of the storm.
You stand at the doorway of a world where knowledge meets purpose, where passion fuels change, and where your voice, your unique, powerful voice matters more than ever. You are not just earning a degree, you are stepping into a movement and building a legacy.
To the graduating class of spring 2025, you are enough. You are beautiful.
Stay curious, build connections, keep an open mind.
Always remember why you chose this path.
Your journey is just beginning.
And we
can't wait to see where it takes you.
Woo!